Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are participating in the A Cherry on Top Design Team YouTube Hop. And for the month of April, we selected just the theme of spring for our YouTube Hop. I have participated in this in the last few months, so I will try to leave my Cherry on Top playlist down below. That way you can see projects and the other YouTube hops that I have done. These have always been fun because I like doing the hop myself and getting tons of inspiration from the other design team members. And for my project this month, we are doing a mini album using one of the Snap Flip books. I got mine in blush. It comes with 10 4x6 pockets, and it's a fairly simple, think of it like a post-bound mini album that we are going to decorate using the Dreamer collection from American Crafts. Now, I had hauled this collection already in a crafty haul video before on my channel. I have done one project already with this collection, and now I just wanted to kind of set up a mini book and make it interactive. So we're going to have some flips, we're going to have some pull out motions, and I do believe I'm also going to cut out paper so that I take this sort of apart, and there'll be other inserts in here as well. And I don't know if we're going to fill it with our pictures, but I'm definitely going to get a chunk of the, putting it together and making it very cutesy. This year, part of my goal was to do like a lot more mini albums because I have such inspiration I love from like different scrapbooking companies like Simple Stories. Their designers always do like these little mini albums that I find just so cute and darling. So I'm just going to be using an American Crafts Dreamer collection because I just want to use this gorgeous purpley set, and we're going to make this all purple and pink, and maybe I'll just save it for either, what I was thinking it was like maybe just selfies of me and Valentina, or save it and give it as like maybe a Mother's Day gift to like my mom or my mother-in-law with just pictures of her and Valentina, something cute like that. So we will put it together, and I will show you as many of the steps as possible because some of it's going to be, rather simple. Like if I just cut a 4x6 of one thing and slip it in, that's one thing. But I do want to make some kind of flips. I want to do some flaps. I want to do a couple of pockets. So I will show you as much of that as possible here on the hop. So everyone will be linked down below. That way you can hop along, and let's get started. Okay, so I first just take out all the papers that are in duplicate. So you get two sets of the papers in this paper pad, and I remove them all from the like gummy binding of a paper pad. And I just start kind of thumbing through them. I cut apart some of the cut apart sheets and just try to start envisioning what I'm going to do. But I start stalling, and instead I put a bow on the cover. But I did do some planning, as you saw on that sheet, where I kind of planned out that I want a cover sheet like outside of the page protector and what I'll do for other ones using the page protector. So I did do that as well while kind of thumbing through the product. I used the extra piece of the denim ribbon for the binding on the side. That way it's a little bit more decorative, and I can, use it instead of wasting it. So I was measuring the page protector insert, which, does fit the 4x6 naturally, which is why you saw a photo in there. But I wanted to not feel so floaty in the page protectors, which I think then makes it like 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. So that's what I start cutting out all of my pattern papers with. I start using one of the florals for my cover sheet, and then I use this paper, which I love, and I wanted to make like little inserts that were 3x4 that were in essence almost like seed packets. It was my idea. So I used two that are already kind of joined together so I can fold them in half, and then I'm using just a piece of like acetate that I have, like transparency, to make it be like the part that attaches to the posts. And then I will use just like a piece of cardstock or vellum. I think I did on a second one because I do make two of these to make like the closure for the flap side. That way it's a nice little pocket where I don't sacrifice any of the space inside. That way I can put like a 3x4 tag in it, or a little bit taller than 4. That way it'll peek out. And that worked out perfectly, and they look like little seed packets with the little clear part, and then there's a little piece of the hinge. And like I said, I do make two of these. So what I tried to do was alternate between outside the page protector pattern paper and then a page protector, and so on and so forth with that regimen. And then whatever I cut for the page protector, like the length to fit the whole length, the kind of scrap part, which was usually around like 4 or 5 inches, I would just make it as another insert between a page protector. That way, what I love about that part is that I had page variation or page size variation, which was done by accident, if you think about it. So I know the footage is still showing me futzing with, I was using red line tape to kind of close out the bottom so that the card or whatever insert that I tag that I make doesn't slip out. That was the only part giving me trouble right there. Also, when I was doing the design of the book, I wanted to make sure like I had room to either have 4x6 photos or 3x4 photos, or consider doing like 2x2s and stuff like that as well. So I kept that stuff all in mind when I was kind of looking at it, especially when I was using some of the bolder pattern papers. I knew that those would just be like background papers, because a busy, meaning like it would be like the photo border, because busy pattern papers by themselves were sort of hard to put any of the cardstock stickers on, or the foam thickers, in my opinion, just because they got lost on it. So then on some of the pages too, I thought about making some of the 3x4 cutoffs into like flaps that were outside the page protector. So I used the page protector, but then also made it into a flap to hold another photo and or your journaling. And it worked out quite nicely. I did it 2 or 3 times as well, just to, again, use some of the stash or the collection more, but also be aware of adding more photos whenever I could. And that worked out really sweet. So the back side of that photo, the pattern paper, was this like blue mosaic, and so I'm just kind of decorating it with this paper I really used a lot of, with the stamps just as the bottom, just so that I knew I, broke up that pattern paper. So just being aware, I think that's a couple of the tips I would give. Be aware of just adding strips of pattern paper to break it up. That way when your photo rests on it, it will give more interest of layers behind it, especially if you don't want to cut it all, or if you're doing it kind of like me as well, you don't necessarily know what photos are going to be used throughout the entirety of the album, because like I said, I was either going like the selfie route, or maybe I'll give it away as a Mother's Day gift. And in the end, when I was kind of thumbing through my photos, I was like, when I go into my selfie photo folder on my phone, there's tons that I always take of either me and the dogs or me and Valentina. So I was like, it would kind of be cute to just have like a selfie album. So that is definitely the trip that this went on. What I will also say is that right now too, when I was going in with the like foam thickers from the collection, I was putting them into the page protectors unless they were on the outside, or if they were on the pattern paper that was just like the sheet itself being the page. And it, again, you got to remember, things will add bulk, so then it will start to sit a little bit open mouth, which is fine, because I think I can just undo the binding of it so that it doesn't keep it so alligator. So it's something to consider as well. Now with this one, with the butterfly, I did the butterfly pattern paper on the 4x6 on the left, and then on the opposite side, I made it into 2 3x4 pockets, so I stitched down the center, and I'm going to make that extra pocket a shaker pocket using the sequence pack called Cool Kid from Spiegel Mom Scraps, and the colors worked perfectly for this collection. I think this might have been one that she designed for the Dreamer collection, which is also fantastic. So I make this shaker element, which turned out oh so cute. And then with this same technique, I definitely also make another shaker element by cutting the 4x6 into a 1-inch bottom, which you'll see me put the sequence in, then stitch across it, and then I use 3x3 cut apart pages to decorate the top half of it, and that sheet turned out so cute as well. So here I am kind of cutting out those 3x3, and I used the entire package of sequins that I got from that one. So if I do end up needing more sequins, I'm going to have to order another pack of it, because it went perfectly with this collection. Now I will say, for this video, I worked on it as much as I could, like I said, adding some photos. So it's a little undone when you see the outro a little bit, but I'll explain how I feel like this will be like an ongoing little project, which works out perfectly. So here I am making that shaker. So here I am putting the sequence on the bottom, and I'm realizing, okay, like if I can get a good inch, so let me sew it, I'll have the 3 inches on the top to keep those cut apart pages, and it does. It works out really good. I may have put a little bit too much sequence in it, but overall It turned out very, very cute for this sequence pocket or shaker element as well. And so lastly, when I'm kind of happy with like my alternating, well, at least I try to alternate page protector and then outside the page protector papers, it's all about now lining up those holes to be punched. So I had to use them and cut so many hole punches into the rest of all the papers. So this part is just like the labor of love when you really have to put it all together. So here I am punching holes through that. And I do back the backing too with a piece of the butterfly pattern paper to kind of cover up the butterfly, no, the black binding that it is. So overall, this came together quite nicely, and I will add to it as we continue on with taking selfies throughout the course of the year. Okay, my crafty friends, I have decorated some, added some pictures. I did the whole selfie idea, and so it's going to be a work in progress album. So I'm going to show you kind of its completed pages, but not everything has a photo gracing it or any embellishments, but some of the pages do. So I'll show you exactly what I've gotten done. So I put a title piece from an American Crafts thicker collection. I don't recall the collection name, but Better Together embellishes that. You saw me do the denim ribbon, and I added a few sequins from the sequence mix that I use, and then we stapled on a few little tickets and postage stamps. For the front cover, little embellishment cluster all on vellum. So we have some of the foam thickers, the cardstock thickers, and a little gold leaf on the vellum. I have a little cluster going on here. It could have a title or it could be some more photos up there. Like I said, it has room to grow. I've done this photo, a selfie of me and Miguel. This was our Valentine's Day evening. Here's a selfie of me and Valentina. This was from Valentine's Day. In this flip up, I do have a selfie from us at the fair, and my journaling will go there. I did one little foam thicker there for it as well. On this side, I have a selfie with my puppy. So this is my Maui. He's a golden doodle, and my little Doxy Moana. In my little seed packet here, I have added an insert, like a tag, and I put a selfie of the three of us. This would be from Christmas time, and I'll have journaling on the back. So these two, I have two of these seed packs, came out really cute. And then there's a cardstock sticker, a little cluster here for some journaling. This was just paper outside of the page protector. So again, nothing's there. This one I kept rather simple. Another selfie of me and Maui. This one, it's just decorated temporarily until I find photos. So we have the green and the blues, and I love this 3x4 journaling card. So I put a piece of vellum to make it a hinge. So that one will get, covered up once I decide on a photo. We have a 4x6 that I cut down so that I can see the pattern paper. So a selfie at when she got some face paint done. And this Dream thicker collection is also the same collection from this. This is the one I made a shaker pocket. So we added a foam sticker there, and I added this as a flap so more can be added. Then on the back side, I put another foam thicker. I used the frame for this one of the journaling cards, and then clustered this one. It's a selfie at like a petting zoo we did. And then I do believe the rest is just the pages ready to go. So I have the heart page here, did a little embellishment. Oh no, I added some. Then we have just more pages to add. Here's the extra seed packet. I made a tag and I did stitch around it. So that one's ready to go with some selfies. I think these came out so cute, the little seed packets. This was a fun one as well. You saw me do the shaker at the bottom, and then I did the 3x3s. So there's a photo in this one, and then there's a photo in that one as well. And again, just room to grow. I put some cards I would consider using. And so the rest of it is ready to go for more selfie action. But totally cute. Love the collection. Love that it's all pink and purple. And it's I probably have to loosen up the cinch in the back, but definitely cute, and it can sit on my shelves. I hope you take the time to visit all the other ones on the YouTube Hub. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. Please subscribe if you are new to my channel. Hit the little bell notification when you'll know when I upload. Give this video a thumbs up, and as always, everyone, thank you and bye.
smile could light up a room. I've seen it happen, it's true. The smile that made my heart move. Now I don't know what to do. I look at you from afar. You shine so bright like the stars. So know wherever you are, that you're inside of my heart.